All right. I believe we are live. I guess we'll find out once we get our first person in the live chat. Um, Normally it tells me that I'm live, but it's not showing it, so you'll have to let me know. But anyway, my name is Chris, and this is We Love Comics. And sorry about the video I was going to do yesterday. There was a package that was usually when packages come to my house, it usually goes to this post office about 20 minutes away from me before it gets delivered to my home, and that's where it was. And then all of a sudden, I checked it later on that day, and it was heading east toward Miami. So for some reason, even though it was about 20 minutes away from me on the west coast of Florida, which is where I live, all of a sudden it started going to the East Coast near Miami for some reason. So that's the post office for you. So who knows when that comic is going to arrive? I contacted the seller. They were kind enough and they said they've had problems like that. I've experienced stuff like that with the Postal Service lately. So if you've experienced anything like that, let me know in the comment section or live. But I do see that TN is here and he says live. So I guess that says we're good to go. So while I'm waiting for people to come in, as always, I just want to let everybody know that I do not get paid by PGX to do these videos. I have no contract signed, so I'm under no obligation to say anything other than the experience that I have. Um, I make sure that you guys get a special deal out of this. I get a special deal because I get 4 comics every month sent to PGX to get graded, pressed, and dry cleaned. Signature verification if it needs be, and the grader's notes added to the back of the slab, which was my idea that Daniel Patterson, the owner of PGX, was kind enough to implement into their program, which is not even on their website. So the deal with you guys is if you send 10 or more books into PGX and use the code We Love Comics Free Press, they will press one of your comics absolutely free. And if you'd like to add the greatest notes on the back of the slab, which I love that and I wish all the graded companies would do it, you could use the code We Love Comics Graders Notes, and it's $5 per slab, and they will put the greatest notes directly on the back of the slab. So if you are somebody that will eventually sell the comics or just for your own personal references, you have the information right there on the slab, so you don't have to go looking it up on a website or, not even being there. And again, you have to mention that, write that down on the invoice because it's not even on their website. So let them know that you're coming through my channel. So let me give a shout out to my Patreon members. If you want to help support my channel and also support all the stray cats that I take care of on a daily basis, you can join me at patreon.com/we love comics. I never reveal dollar amounts because I always appreciate, even if you do the minimum of $2 a month, which is a minimum to do anybody's. You'll get a shout out on every single video that I do. And if you want, instead of just your name, if you'd like me to do a one of your social networks or YouTube channel, or if you sell on Amazon, Etsy, eBay, or even if you have your own business and you want me to promote a website, just let me know and I'll do that for you. So shout out to Sith Lord, Michael, Kevin, Dan, Herbert R, Annabelle N, Jason, Kim N, Blessed. Then the last ones at YouTube, check out Kendall Kid Comics. Shout out to him. On Instagram at ScottWU077. Facebook, Stephen L. Turk Author. And then last but not least, on Instagram, Silver Age Surfer _comics. If we get to 20 in a month of paid members, there's giveaways that I want to give away. I will mail them anywhere in the world, and I will also pay for the shipping. And all you have to do is, like I said, you could do the bare minimum, but for every $2 that you put in, you'll get one entry. So the more that you contribute, the more chances you'll get, again, once we get to 20 paid members. So without further ado, let me put this so you can see. Here is the box. It was absolutely not brought by the United States Postal Service. It was brought by either FedEx or UPS, which is probably why this isn't all of a sudden in Miami instead of my house. So who knows when that other comic is going to arrive. But as usual, they add the sleeves to these. They always protect this. They put packing peanuts in there as well. There's two layers of bubble wrap, one below and one above, and then they wrap the four comics in bubble wrap, and then you'll see once I open it, there will be blue cellophane wrapped around the four comics. This prevents them from bouncing around, which limits the chances of them breaking. And like I said, I've been selling these for a month, for basically going on 8 years at this point, and only two cases have ever cracked. Ironically, that was both the cases were this year, but it was just one of the four. And I'm not going to complain. Both of them I sent back no problem, and they actually just redid them with no extra charge. So they always take care of me. So, like I said, when you're talking four comics every month, and you could see the cellophane, for, like I said, about 8 years, only having two cases come back cracked, and it wasn't major cracks, because crack kills. I'm not going to complain. So, as usual, I will first share with you what I predicted the grades were, the price I paid for them, the significance of the book, if there is any, which there will be, because you guys know me, I always send in key comics, and then we will reveal the grades, because I do not know what the grades are. We find out live together. So I'm very excited about that. So if you want to hit the thumbs up or the thumbs down, by all means, please do. And if you want to join us in the live chat, you can get your name shouted out at the end. And all you have to do, you don't even have to be a subscriber. You just have to be in the live chat. So as of now, it looks like Chi TN might be the one, but we'll see. Brian Norman just popped up. Let me see. He's probably working. Let's see. Hey, Chris, working on songs for band rehearsal. Took a break to check in. Oh, did not know you were in a band. I used to be in a band myself. Um, miss it. Absolutely love it. So tell us a little bit about your band. Is it a do you do original songs, or are you a cover band? I was in a cover band. I was the lead singer. Um, absolutely great experience. We started around 2003, I believe, and went till off and on. We went till about 2010, 2011-ish. There was a brief period where we took a hiatus, but absolutely miss it. Absolutely love it. All right, so let's get into these books. I see they do have the grade covered, so I'm very happy about that. So makes it a little bit easy to show. So we'll start with this one. I just randomly grabbed one. And this, of course, is New Mutants 98. This was a book I just got recently. Got it for a pretty good deal. This is signed, I think it was, yeah, Rob Liefeld. I don't see the grade, so I'm not looking. But this one is in pretty good condition. You could see the back, nice and white. So I paid only $115 for this book and 96 cents, which of course always includes shipping and handling and taxes. Um, this had 9.8 potential, but I always tell people, you never know with 9.8, if that doesn't guarantee. So I always say between 9.4 and a 9.8 with white pages. But for a signed book for $115, I'm going to be happy whatever it is. So let's start it out. Chris G is also here. Says, hey, Chris, love your videos. Thank you. Appreciate that, Chris. Fellow Cristoforo. And Brian says, we do 60s and 70s rock, platforms, use, and all. Band called Vinyl Junkies here in Ohio. So shout out. If you have a website and everything, you can put it out. And maybe people will check it out. I don't know if you have like any musical files on your website, but if you do, post it so people can hear it. All right, so let's start out with the first one. All right, I'm very happy with that. Right in between the two. 9.6. And like I said, PGX does in-house pressings, dry cleanings, and signature verifications. So they did confirm this is signed by Rob Liefeld. Rob Liefeld is easy to see his signature, but it's basically chicken scratch. I mean, if you don't know about signatures, you would have no idea what that says. But I actually back in the 90s had Rob Liefeld sign books personally, so I know it is signature. It's never changed. But hey, what did I say as far as pages? White, it's off white to white. Perfectly fine. So I think a signed Rob Liefeld New Mutants 87 at a 9.6. Definitely can't complain for $115. And again, 96 cents, include shipping and handling and eBay taxes. It does have some graders notes, so let's go over that. Several minor stress lines on spine at front cover. That to me, like if you've noticed, if you watch my videos, the majority of the damage on books tend to be along the edge of the spine, and they're hard to determine sometimes because I'm not going to go over these with with a microscope and check them. So there's going to be minuscule stuff that I might miss. But again, 9.6. This book came out in 1990, so I was 19 going on. I'm sorry. Yeah, because I graduated in 88. So I was 19 going on 20 years old. So yeah, this book is old at this point. But 9.6, not a bad way to start out. Next up, we got ourselves Avengers #2. This is another book I got this year. I sent it out right away. This one I predicted about a 3.5 to a 4.5 off-white pages. Only paid $266 for this. So this is the second appearance of the Avengers. I had not this individual copy, but if you watch my videos before, and not many do, but those that do, I appreciate. Um, Back when I was a teenager collecting comics, I could never really get first appearances, other than I did have a Hulk 181 and I did have two giant size X-Men's. Ultimately, they all got stolen years ago, but I could never get first appearances. So I always got things like Tales of Suspense 40 or like for example, Avengers #2. So the second appearances, I'm lucky enough and fortunate enough now as I got old to be able to get a lot of the first appearances. So um, again, even in for the price even today, $266.45, not bad at all. So let me just show the book. I mean, if you want to make your prediction of what you think the grade was, and as usual, and I'll show you the back, they do amazing job with pressings and dry cleanings. So you can see there's no coupons missing. So this one definitely, for the price I paid, no matter what it's going to be, and we'll find out, not bad at all. So the person that sold this, they really either didn't care or didn't know about grading, and they sold it way cheaper, but we'll find out right now. The grade is 4.5. So there you go. It's actually much higher than what even I thought it would be. So again, their pressings are just amazing. So $266.45 for almost a mid-grade copy of this book of Avengers #2. Now, there's no major significance of this book. It does have the first appearance of the Space Phantom. I mean, who knows these days with comic books if they love using them in a movie. But Hulk does leave the Avengers, which I always found funny because I remember back in the days, um, Wizard magazine used to say all the time that either the Avengers 3 or Avengers 4 is when the Hulk leaves. And I read these books, and in this book, the Hulk quits. The Hulk quits. So they actually, PGX got it right. It is issue #2. I don't know how they got it wrong, and they would say either 3 or 4, but it is actually issue #2. Now, I said as far as pages, off white, and these are off white to white, so I'm getting pretty decent with the color pages. But yeah, I mean, take a look at this. That looks pretty darn good. Paradise Comics says, is that CBCS pressing service? Sorry, just came in late. No, this is PGX. I've never had a complaint about their pressing services, and I'll show you again with the back. I mean, just look, especially along the edge with the staples. I mean, look how flat. They do such an amazing job with their in-house pressings and dry cleanings that, I mean, even if you didn't want to grade your comics with PGX, you can send them there just to get pressed and dry cleaned. They'll do that without grading comics. They're the cheapest and one of the fastest. So 4.5 for Avengers #2. Let's go over the graders notes. Again, for 266 bucks, even if this would have been a 3.0, I would have been happy. I'm even happier with a 4.5. So I thought between 2 and 3. But again, when I make my predictions, I'm based on what I think it's going to be after pressing and dry cleaning, and they go again above and beyond with their pressing. So I'm very happy with that. The greatest notes is slight water stains. Um, don't even notice where they would be. Oh, okay. No, that's part of the artwork. So it's definitely so slight. I didn't even know they were there. Hmm. They don't mention where the stains are or the what? Oh, okay. It's this tiny. It's about not even the size of a pinky nail. There's a little. I don't even know if you'll be able to see it. So yeah, that's not going to make this, into a 2.0 or something. But it's just like a little, like a U. It's not even completely. Okay, I can live with that. Obviously, that's I could see why I didn't notice it because I mean, you actually have to put it on an angle to even see it. Several splits along the spine, multiple creases and stress lines along the spine. I mean, that just means the book has been read. Moderate cover edge and spine wear. So again, 4.5. So I would say right now we're 2 for 2. So definitely going to do good on that book, and that's why I tell people all the time when you buy things or at least look at things on eBay, you should know about pressings and dry cleanings. You should be able to determine based on what you can see, and of course the images they provide. Some provide more images than others, but you can get a general idea of what a grade should basically be and know if there's something that they're selling that's a deal. I mean, not everything they sell are graded. So for me, even if it would have been the lower grades that I was thinking, I still thought it was worth the price that I was paying for that book, and it's even better. So uh, again, if you haven't used PGX even just for their pressings and dry cleanings, you're missing out. So two more to go. This is the first set of four where I forgot to send in my Avengers vs. X-Men series. I have issues 0 through 13. Each one is signed by either five or six um, artists and writers and people that were involved in the book. So this is the first month in a while that I forgot to add one. So there's a bonus extra comic, and this is one that I've had since I lived in New York. I have a couple of copies of this. This is Avengers #4. It is a lower grade book, but I paid only a grand total of about $450 on this book at the time. Um, I predicted about a 2.0 to a 3.0 with creamed off-white pages. This, of course, is the first Silver Age return of Captain America. Absolutely love that cover. And let's see what we got. So 3.5. So what did I say? Avengers 4 between 2. Oh yeah, okay. So I mixed it up. The Avengers 2 I predicted 3.5 to 4.5, so it got to 4.5. I predicted between a 2 and a 3 for this book, and it came back a 3.5, so zero point 0.5 better than even I predicted. Off-white to white pages. I wasn't sure what they would do with that. There is some writing and it's a little bit of a scribble. So somebody wrote their name and it got scribbled out at some point. So I wasn't sure. Again, pressing did a great job. The major problem, if you want to call it major, is there's a little chunk missing there, but you're not going to get a 1.0 or anything with that. There is another name there. So I guess they just rewrote it. So again, 3.5, very happy with that. Presents very well. As usual, most of the damage is along the spine, which especially if you're getting a book graded, I don't care about. Off-white to white pages, so let's read the greatest notes. Multiple stress lines along the spine. Again, that just means it's been read and loved. Moderate cover edge and spine wear. Minor edge tears. Back cover chip top of spine, which I just showed you, and weak spine. But it is complete, not restored, no coupons missing, anything like that. 3.5 of this book for 450. Not bad at all. So last but not least, I pretty much know the grade unless it ends up coming back restored or anything like that. But this is a book I've always wanted to own. So happy to now have this in my collection. I just lucked out when it came to this. I made a video about 2 months ago teaching people how you can make lots of money on selling comics without even spending your own money if you don't want to. So you don't have to be a millionaire to buy comics because I am definitely not a millionaire, not even close, but I can get these key comics. And again, it took me about 7 years of establishing my collection to keep building it, finding deals, and then getting comics sold and getting better grails and upgrading to the point where now we're basically reaping the rewards of what took me about 7 years to do. So it does take time, but if you put the effort in, you'll reap the rewards. You just got to know what you're doing. So check out those videos. So this, of course, is showcase number 4, which is the first appearance of Barry Allen as the Flash, and also the start of the Silver Age. Now, there are some people that talk about another comic that starts the Silver Age, but the majority of people, and I agree, because this really changed how comics were at the time. This is the beginning of the Silver Age, in my opinion. Now, here's the funny part about this. This is a facsimile front cover. So here's the thing. The seller, who did not know what they were doing, which I recommend people not do if you're going to sell stuff, especially something that has value like this, they were selling it as a coverless copy. Now, this has the original, and look how nice that is. So I can only imagine what the original front cover must have looked like, but that is the original back cover still attached. So it's not a facsimile front and a facsimile back. It's only the facsimile front. Because back in the days, in the early 50s, for a comic book, I guess a comic book store or a store that sold these books, for them to get credit for unsold comics, they had to tear off the entire front cover and send it back, and they would get credit. Later on, it got to the point where they just had to get the top quarter, and then at one point, it just changed from there. But originally, back in those days, you had to rip off the front cover. So the person that sold this did not realize that even though it did not have the front cover, it's not coverless. Because if it was completely coverless, it would be missing the front and the back. That would mean that no matter what the condition of the rest of the book was, this would be an NG, which means no grade, or a 0.3. Now, not every company will do that. PGX would do it and CBCS would do it. I'm not sure if EGS does it, but I know that CGC would put this as an NG. But because the person was selling it as listed as coverless, no one was touching it. But because I read the description and I saw the pictures, the description and the picture showed that the original back was still on this book. So this book, because it's missing the front cover, and they included a facsimile front cover, so it makes it look nicer, this is going to be a 0.5. So I don't see it has any restoration or anything like that. And it does say missing front cover, replaced by facsimile cover. So they do mention that, so no one's being misled or tricked. So this should be a 0.5. So let's reveal it. And there it is. Exactly what I thought it was going to be, which is much better than an NG or a 0.3. So this is the lowest grade you can get for a complete copy. And again, I mean, for a book from 1956, look how gorgeous the back of this book is. I mean, whoever had this took incredible care about it. So I can only imagine if it had the original front cover, this could have been an 8 or a 9.0. But it is what it is. And this is, of course, the origin and first appearance of the Silver Age Flash, first DC Silver Age hero, and first appearance of the West and the Turtle. Never knew about that. Okay, so, if you ever have a DC movie that includes the West and the Turtle, this could be worth even more. So what did I say page-wise? I said off-white. It's cream to white, so even better. So, I'm incredibly happy with this. Now, for some reason, this one they forgot to put the greatest notes. But I guess basically the rest of the book is in such great condition that maybe it just didn't need it, other than what they mentioned here, that it's missing the front cover. Because, like I said, and that original back cover is perfect. But because it's missing the front cover, it's the best it can get is a 0.5. But again, you're talking the difference between an NG coverless book and a point five can be, especially with books like this, like $1,000, $2,000 difference. That's why it pays to know what you're doing. That seller did not understand that to be a coverless book, it has to be missing the front and back. If you're going to sell, especially a book like this, of this caliber, you really should know what you're doing. And that's why I stress to people all the time, learn about as much as you can. I mean, you may not be able to learn about every comic and every first appearance and every character, but you can know the difference between a coverless book and a cover that's missing either the front or the back cover. As long as if one is missing, let's say if this had the original front cover and no back cover, it still can only be a point five. You should know things that if a book has, if it's complete, if a book has what's called a subscription crease, where there is a line because it's been folded, where there's a color break increase all the way down, the highest it can get is a 5.0. You should know things that if a book has a detached cover, it can get up to a 4.0. If the centerfold is detached and the staples are detached, the highest it can get is a 2.0. So these are things you should learn, and you'll be able to know if something is a deal or not. So, ABC Comics welcome says evening reslabbing. Let's go. Yeah, this is all stuff I bought raw. I send in 4 books to PGX every month. So let's just show the books again. Again, showcase number 4, not coverless, has the original cover, and again, that is gorgeous. I wish I had a complete book, but I absolutely that I mean, if the front cover was still attached and had the same look as this would probably be an $80,000-$90,000 book. Absolutely out of my price range. So this has a facsimile cover, but still makes it look much more desirable. Point five, I'll take it. Very happy. Again, the Avengers number 4, I predicted between a 2 and an O. They did such a great job on the pressing. Got a 3.5. Very happy about that. The Avengers 2, I predicted between a 3.5 and a 4.5, so I mixed them up earlier, so I apologize about that. It got the higher end, the 4.5. So again, only paid $266 and change for this book, 4.5, very happy. And then last but not least, the book I got recently, a 9.6 New Mutants 87, first appearance of Cable, confirmed, signed by Rob Liefeld. So cannot complain. I would say overall that is a great set of books. Very happy with the grades and looking forward to the end of this month when I make my next video showing the next 4 books I'll be sending out. So hopefully you'll stay tuned with that. I most likely won't be doing a video tomorrow, but you never know because all my family still lives in New York, so I have no family here in Florida. So we're not gonna, the wife and I aren't gonna be doing anything, like we're not going out or anything. So I might do a video tomorrow. So if you have no plans tomorrow, or you have some free time and you want to get away with your family, away from your family for a little bit, I might do a video. So if you guys want me to do a video, when this video gets uploaded, put it in the comment section. If I get enough people that say they want me to do a video tomorrow, I will. If not, I'll just wait until Monday. Cheatin says, how is the facsimile cover attached? It is not attached. They just included, it's just basically a sheet of paper. I asked them to put it on the front of the thing and slab it in there. But it looks like it's attached almost. But you can see, like, right here. I don't know if you'll be able to see it. You can see it from the back right there because it's not a perfectly cut front cover to the book. So that you can see a little bit of the lip of it. So it's not attached at all. But of course, because inside the case, it is placed in a inner lining and that's sealed shut. So it's going to keep it from moving. And these don't move, so they do a great job with that. And you don't have to worry about Newton rings with PGX, and there's no banana gate. Everything is completely straight across. No bends or anything, so no one's ruining your comic. So, yeah, so I asked them to make sure they put that on, and they did. They did mention that it's missing the front cover, but again, not coverless. So let me know what you think. If you want to hit the thumbs up, great. If you want to hit the thumbs down, perfectly fine. I'm definitely used to that. If you want to critique the AI art, please do. I thought I'd do something, excuse me, a little different. I'm not about to watch the Minecraft movie. That movie's definitely not for me, but you cannot argue with the fact that it is popular with the kids. So if you've seen it, by all means, put it in the comment section what you thought. But I thought I'd do a Minecraft little AI art for this video. So if you want to critique it, please do. And ABC Comics says, oops, Showcase 4 even. I'm tired already. Well, hopefully you'll get some sleep. That's a good thing about the weekends. If you're not working, you can absolutely get yourself some rest. Mr. E is in the house. The low grade king says Showcase 4 was a great pickup. My copy is coverless. Still glad I have a copy. Believe me, I own 4 coverless books, some major books. Batman number 59. I have 2 copies, but one is coverless. I have my Spider-Man number 1, which is a coverless book with a facsimile cover. I have Fantastic Four number 1. I have 2 copies of Fantastic Four number 1. One of them is a coverless copy with a facsimile, and I forget the third or the fourth one. So, like my slogan is, low grade is better than no grade. So, uh, ABC Comics says, "Are you on Instagram?" I am not. I'm basically one of those old people that doesn't like to go on any social networks. I mean, I even have a Facebook account that I don't even really use, especially not these days. I don't think I've even looked at it in months. So the way to contact me is through here on YouTube, and I will be doing a comic book auction soon. I would say within the next month or less. I'll be doing a auction soon. So remember, if you watch my videos, you know that when I'm about to do an auction, a week before I do the auction, I always do a sneak peek of all the books I'm going to be selling on the auction, which gives you, my power viewers and ultra power viewers, the chance to make an offer on the books. And if I accept them, you'll be able to buy them without having to ever have them on the auction, which means you don't have to worry about somebody else outbidding you or getting into a higher bidding war. So hopefully you'll stick around and check that out. So again, if you want me to make a video tomorrow on Easter, if you're one of those people that doesn't have family like me around, or you want to get away from your family who's driving you crazy the whole day, just put it in the comment section once this video uploads. So let's do today's surprise subscriber shout outs. We're going to go with Mr. E, the low grade king, ABZ Comics, and we're going to go with Chris G. All 3 of you are going to be today's surprise subscriber shoutouts. You guys know what that means, but just in case if you don't, that means once this video uploads, you could post in the comment section a link to either your YouTube channel if you have one, or a specific video if you want people to see a specific video, or you could post a link to your social network if you want, whether you're on Facebook or Instagram or anywhere else, you could put a link there instead. Or if you sell on Amazon, Etsy, any of those places, you could post a link to your eBay store or whatever instead. Or if you have your own business and you want to share a website, by all means, please do. Now, I will not promote like a YouTube channel that does prank videos or harmful videos. I will not promote a adult content only sale on eBay or something. So it has to be something suitable for all audiences. So all links will go automatically to spam at first because I want to verify them. This keeps away all the spammers and the trolls putting inappropriate links on my channel. And believe me, some people try every single day. You'll notice you'll never see them because I'm just much smarter than those people are. But if you do see a link, that means I did check it, I did verify it, and I did approve it. So if you see a link, that means it has been We Love Comics approved. Go check them out. Go support our fellow YouTubians in the comic book collaborating community. Say that 10 times fast. And give them a like, give them a view. So thanks for watching, everybody. I hope you appreciated this. I'd love to hear your opinions. Learn all you can about comics because you can find deal after deal. And as they say, knowledge is power. So check out some of the videos that I give you for free that can teach you my secrets. And if you want to support me and my channel and the 20 stray cats that I take care of on a daily basis, the majority of the money that people send me on the Patreon goes to help support all the stray animals I take care of. You could just go to patreon.com/we love comics. You'll get your name up on this board and you get a shout out every single video I do. And if I can get up to 20 paid members in a given month, I will have a contest. You could see all the giveaways right there. So thanks for watching, everybody. I hope, in case I don't see you tomorrow, I hope you all have a happy and safe Easter. I hope you do get to spend time with your family, and I hope you do a little Easter egg hunting. So, to all of you out there, have a great day. And don't forget, it's not you. It is not I. It is We Love Comics. Let me know what you thought about these comics. Love to read your comments. And don't forget to have your troll spayed or neutered. Have a great day, everybody. Happy Easter.